Today we're going to talk about the 10 most common mistakes we make when it comes to designing our hair salons. If you're designing your salon or you're redesigning your salon, I'm going to go through 10 things that you need to consider that most salon owners don't think about. Number one, you don't think about your budget. You have to set a budget. You have to. And I know we want all the fancy everything, and we want our salons to look the best, but if it's not in the budget, don't overspend, period. When you are considering some of the things that you're buying, you really do have to consider the plumbing and the electricity that go along with that. So keep it in mind. If you're wanting those fancy shampoo bowls, which we all do and we all should, you do have to consider the plumbing that goes into the cement, or how are you going to plumb that? Or if, like we in our salons, we had those pull down blow dryers. Well, the electrician was there and had to install 20 overhead electrical blow dryers. So it's a lot. Speaking of shampoo bowls, number two is cutting corners on your shampoo bowls. The shampoo is your guest's favorite experience in the salon, period. That massage that they're getting at the shampoo bowl is their favorite. And when they're uncomfortable, it kind of not very good, right? Make sure if you are gonna spend some money, make sure you get comfortable shampoo bowls. Actually, go to the showroom and try them out. Lay back in them. They'll let you do that. If you're not near a showroom and you can't make it to one, ask your salon owner friends what they consider using. Spend the most that you can for your shampoo bowls. Make sure it has a nice place for them to rest their neck. Even consider maybe the leg lift so their feet come up off the ground. They even have shampoo bowls now that massage the scalp for you. I've not used that, but I've seen them. And they also have some that actually, you don't even have to get in there and shampoo at all. It's shampoo's there for you. It's crazy. Lots of money though. Number three, the third mistake that we make is underestimating the importance of lighting your salon. I cannot tell you. I have bought salons and I've created salons without thinking about the lighting. The lighting is so important. You have to have overhead lighting and you have to have lighting coming at you from behind the mirror as well. So consider that. They've got LED mirrors with the LED lights in them. They've got overhead lighting specifically for salons these days that give you the full spectrum of light, so you will be able to see the hair color correctly. And if you need some more information on this, just message me. I would love to give you some of the links that I have. And if you have any lighting ideas yourself, or if you've seen anything that we haven't shown in this YouTube, let us know. We can all learn off of each other. And by the way, if you happen to be liking this video, please subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out, and give it a big thumbs up. And also share it with your friends. I'd love that. Thank you. Number four, overlooking your retail space. You have to have retail space. You have to have somewhere that your client can shop. They want to shop. They want to buy the magic potion, and you have to have it on display. Please don't tell them to go buy it somewhere else. The salon makes a lot of revenue just from retail sales, and they want to hear from you, the professional. You need to create a dedicated space just for your retail. We do have some examples of that we'll be showing you, and you can do it from the most inexpensive. You can get something at Home Depot or Wayfair, or you can spend tons of money, or you can make it yourself. That's what I did. I made everything myself, and we will be bringing you some videos on how to do that, and it's easier than you think. So number five, neglecting the consultation corner. What do I mean by that? The consultation is one of the most important steps of the process, and more than often as stylists, we tend to not treat it as such, if you will. We really need to dedicate at least 15 minutes talking to our guests about their needs, their concerns, their habits, what they like, what they don't like. And it needs to be almost in a private area to do that. If all you have is your styling chair and they're sitting in the styling chair, please don't talk to them directly from the mirror. Get eye level with them. If you have a bench or a little chair or a stool that you could sit in front of them, in front of the styling chair, and look eyeball to eyeball, heart to heart, if you will, and really have a true consultation with them, really get down to it. To make it even a better experience, having a dedicated place for that, like maybe a love seat, or just an area that you can set aside, maybe a tabletop, ask them questions, have them fill out a consultation form even. It just depends on you and how you want that experience to be. Number 6, how about a divider between the reception area and the workspace? Have you thought about that? There really does need to be a division of space. Meaning, if somebody's checking out the reception area, you don't want your guest who's sitting in your chair to actually overhear their conversation, when they're going to be making their next appointment, or what their bill came out to, or what do they want to tip, or whatever it is, and vice versa. You don't want that guest that's paying to just step over into that space of that new guest and say, hey, when did you want me to rebook? And we've all had it happen, but let's just think about the experience of the guests. A simple divider, it can be a plant. It doesn't have to be a wall. It could be a plant. It could be something hanging from the ceiling, just a visual divider. Number 7, this is an easy one, for getting a coat rack or a place for people to store their belongings. What if they come in from the rain and they're all wet? They need a place to put their raincoat so they don't bring it back to your styling station and get your station all wet, and then it becomes a tripping hazard because of wet floors. I know that's a lot, or if you live in a climate that's cold, you want people to hang their coats up at the front. So don't forget about that. That's an easy one to forget about, but it's real easy to do. So you can get a coat rack that just stands alone, or you can make stuff on the walls. You can get real creative with that. Number 8, choosing trendy colors that don't really go with your image. So say maybe your brand color, maybe it is bright orange and brown. Well, you wouldn't want to paint all your walls bright orange and brown, because then it'd be pretty dark and or pretty bright, and it wouldn't show the hair color. You want to make sure that you're keeping all your walls neutral, kind of like when you do your house, right? You want neutral walls, and then you can accessorize with your colors. Or say you have a long hallway, why don't you put your accent color at the end of the hallway and your neutral color on the hallways? Do you understand what I'm saying here? You just want to make sure that your walls, your main color theme is neutral. Couple of things. You don't want to have to repaint next year when you get tired of it. And you don't want to overstimulate the guest. I've been in salons where it was so bright, crazy, that you walk in, you're like, whoa, what did I just walk into? You don't want that either. So consider that. Number 9, how about a dedicated space to organize your tools? Nothing drives me more insane than walking into a salon and it is a complete disaster zone. You know what I'm talking about. There's cords everywhere, there's tools everywhere, there's your shears hanging out there. Not only is that dangerous, tripping hazard, what if a child comes in and grabs your shears, it just looks cluttered. So having a dedicated space to just store those items. When we had our salon, we all shared curling irons, flat irons, crimping irons, all the things. And so we had a dedicated space near a color bar that was inside of a drawer that we put all of those tools in. They were nicely, laid out there. And then that way when a stylist needed one, they'd just go get one, plug it in at their station. That way the curling irons and everything weren't always plugged in. Plus, then you don't have to worry about unplugging them at night, right? It just makes your space look a lot neater. They've got all kinds of styling stations that have a lot of storage in them, but there are stations too that have 0 storage. Just keep that in mind, okay? And number 10, we tend to overlook the small details. How about like a purse rack at your station? Nothing drives me crazier than you go somewhere and I hate putting my purse on the ground. I don't know about you, but putting your purse on the ground, especially in a salon where there's hair all over the place, right? So even if you just get on Amazon and get a little hook to screw onto your station or the wall, so that way they can put their bag up on a hook or a little shelf even. Or another detail that's really nice to have is a charging station for their phone. So while they're visiting you in the salon, they can be charging their phone as well. And just even if you just had one at every station, they're really inexpensive, right? You already have the plug-in. Or what about if you have a dedicated color table, they have these wonderful tables that have built-in chargers in them that's actually cordless. You just set your phone down and it instantly charges that. If you need links to that, just let me know. Anyway, remember, there's so many tips and tricks for salon design, and these are just 10 things that I thought of that, you know, when I was designing my salons, I tend to forget too. It took lots and lots of hit and miss, and oh yeah, I forgot about that. So, you know, if you have a suggestion that would help other salon owners, or if you've thought of something that really makes that experience at your salon a lot better for your guests, feel free to share those. We love to hear about them. And until next time, remember, when you know better, you do better, and I'll see you on the next go around.